Hello everyone, my name is Wangechi Nyambura. Hello everyone, my name is Wangechi Nyambura. By profession, I'm a chemical engineer and a founder of Nyafrika Couture. We are watching Senses Africa with Easy Banks Arts. Where was I born? Oh yes, I was born in Nazareth Hospital in Kiambu. My mom was a student actually in KU in 6696. Yeah, so grew up in a hostel in KU. I'm in a family of two. I'm the eldest and I have a younger brother who is a little bit 6 years younger. Then what happens after that? Okay. So my primary education, it's quite a story to tell, a long one, but I'll try to summarize it. I completed in the year 2010 at a school called Kangangi Snowview Academy in Narumoro. I got 62 marks, and yes, many people might think it's a lot of marks, but previously I was a 400 plus student, so it was a failure on its own. And I would say that was the first time I experienced pain of failure, and that's when I realized there's something called failure. Yeah, and it took me a lot to accept it, and it took me like 3 days, 3 days. I wasn't eating, I wasn't getting out of the house. I went to sleep with my mom, and I was depressed, if I may say, and sad, but I had the support of my family. Yes, at some point even I thought of doing the class 8, but my mom was like, that's a good marks, you'll get a good school and you're destined for better, you know. So I was like, yes, okay, I can go to the next step. Yes. During also that period of time, I realized I had a passion of sketching and drawing, you know, mostly people, outfits and all that. So my mom used to buy me a lot of drawing books, drawing pencils, puzzle books. Yes, there were so many. It was like 3 months budget that things need to be bought for me to express how I do. I remember at some point, the first picture I ever sketched, I showed my mom and she couldn't believe. So she told me to redo it again when she was looking at me so she can know, oh, this is actually my daughter doing this. Yeah. And also at that time I used to have this weird hobby where I used to collect, like I used to get toys, cars, and I dismantle them and then I try to reassemble them. And then when I go back to school, I put them in a specific box and one will ever touch. Yeah, so that's also something special about me I discovered. So I finished 2010, I joined high school in 2011, completed my secondary education in 2014 in Pangani Girls High School here in Nairobi. I got a B plus. Yes, it's quite good. Yes, because well, I wasn't that much of a study person. At the same time, I knew I could have done better if I actually studied, but I also did a lot of practice. Yes, because my weaknesses was the languages, you know. So my tuitions were always English and Kiswahili. I wrote compositions every week, 2 compositions and like 3 inches and all that I can improve in writing. Hopefully enough I passed, and that's something also that I'm proud of at the same time. At the same time, in my high school education, I used to take my mom's lessons, go to school, start tearing them up, start making drama outfits and all that. And my mom wasn't like getting what am I doing, you know, because her work was always to buy lessons and lessons and lessons. you know, the funny part of it all is that I did computer in high school. I didn't do home science, yes. But that's a brief summary of my high school, because it had its own challenges, a whole lot of it. But I also came out strong. So I joined campus in 2015, September. I was called for in Technical University of Kenya to do chemical engineering. So how did I end up there? I also wonder. But what happened is, in my Form 4, the way you select courses, yes, you have, is it 4 courses? But the first choice, you're given like 3 different schools, and then there are 3 courses, yeah. And all I knew is that if I'm going to ever go to university, I'm going to do engineering. That's the only thing I knew. And then the second thing I knew was I would love to do mechanical engineering. Why? I have an uncle who is a mechanical engineer, and I just used to love how he's doing his things, how he's talking, and how he's, you know, in the how is it called, field, and that used to excite me. And you remember the way I just said in primary, I used to collect cars and dismantle them and assemble them, and they would run again. So I think that also coincided with what I tried to do, mechanical engineering. But unfortunately, I was called to my second choice, which was chemical engineering. Funny enough, in my choosing, before we go ahead, I chose my first option as mechanical engineering, second option was chemical engineering, third option was civil engineering, and then the fourth option was electrical engineering. Like, it was absurd. I remember when I was choosing, and everyone was like, no, you should put like arts there, or, you know, as a fourth option, you know, things happen and all that and all that. I was like, no, I don't have, like, I don't know if there's anything else I can do. I just know engineering. And the third thing I knew was like technical university. You know, like there are people engineering, I want to go to UN, I want to go to JQuad. No offense to JQuads and UN students. But for me, the one reason I loved Technical University of Kenya is because it was a small school. I know, like, I just did a small, I won't walk, I can just, you know, within 1 minute walk, I'm in class or something, you know. So yes, I was called to chemical engineering in 2015. I'll be graduating next week. The joy. Anyway, miaka 7. Hey, si mchezo. But I'm excited because it's about the end. Sometimes it's not about whether what you got or what, or it's just about completing. And I can say, yes, I'm happy about that. Yes. So Nyafrika is a couture that deals with design and production of African wear. A brief history about Nyafrika. It started 2015, just right after I joined campus. And initially it was, I started it to just get upkeep money for my campus daily expenses, you know, women and all that expenses. But with time it became something deeper and something that I wanted to fulfill my purpose, you know, and also incorporate that with my skills and my passion. Yes. So I remember my first shop was in a garage. It was in Parklands where my mom, where we used to live. There was a garage, and we just used to store it with foods and all that. But I refurbished it to become a shop, and that's where people used to come and get my clothes. So that was a brief history about my company. So, and then the next one is about the process, the day-to-day activity or the end product. And this actually is an outfit that I made today. And that's why I was a little bit late. So I do the sketch work. I take time to do a sketch, and not just 1 or 2 sketches. Out of every new design you see, 10 of them have to be done to get one good design that can actually be, I can outsource the fabrics, I can tailor the design, and then have to I love wearing my first piece, and it takes time so that I can see, does it wear after tear, and how long will it, after how long will it tear, does it remove the color, does it bleach, or how do I feel, what kind of a cloth, is it a sunny kind of cloth, sunny day kind of cloth, a cloudy kind of day of cloth. So by the time I launch a design, it takes a process. Either I have worn it or I've given it to my mom so that she can sample the design. Yes, and lastly, I sell the outfit. So basically, as at now, we're based online, and we have different shops. We have our website, nyafrika.com. I'm also in Etsy. Just Google Nyafrika Couture in Etsy. There's a sale happening right now, 20% discount on every product that you want. Also, we are in Amazon Canada, we are in Amazon US. So if you're in either of those states, you can feel free to reach out and you'll get your product as soon as possible. So then on accomplishments, we have been able to export into other markets such as Canada and also US. Also, we have been featured in a magazine, the Rotaract Club of Nairobi Parklands. And lastly, which is one of my biggest achievements, is trademark. Yes, we have finished our trademark process, and we'll soon be we'll be launching our trademark. So about our challenges. Of course, challenges are always there, day to day, and our key main challenges is the cost of exportation, which it's high. You can find like a product is $30 and the shipping is like $60, so that doesn't make sense. So that's something I would really, really love to find our way out. And also about, that's the main one, if I may say, yeah. So is this, what do I do, whatever I do, is it fulfilling? And I can say absolutely. I will, that's something that I will do it today, tomorrow, 50 years plus. It's something I will do until the last day that I die, if I may say it, yeah? Because it's about a legacy, it's about passion, it's about a skill, something I've been born with. And something that you have been born with will only end when you die with it. My journey so far, it's fun, it's enjoyable. I can say I'm like 1,000,001 miles away, but at the same time I have more steps to go, and I can't wait for what the future holds for me. My lowest moment. I have so many low moments. I can't share all of them. But I think the lowest moment wasn't just during the COVID, and it wasn't because of COVID, but it was during this time I was trying to get some certifications in KEBS. And it was low because I was being dragged for almost 3-4 months, and I had everything, and policies change in between, and now you have to restructure things to align with the policies, and then they change, and it was really tough because I really wanted, and I knew my product was good, but I couldn't get the certification. But in spite of the 3-4 months, I still got the certifications, but it was challenging because I was small, I was young, and you can imagine going to a public office and you don't know anyone, I'm not a daughter of who and who's, I'm just me going to get what I want. So that was really one of the hardest moments. I remember a time where I got out of the cabs, I took a matatu, and I called a friend, I was just crying, And then in the matatu, and everyone was just looking, I was just crying and crying, but I felt nice afterwards. And the following day I went back to the cabs offices. So yes, in life you cry, you move on, you cry, you move on. Yes. My greatest fear. It reminds me what my mother was telling me some time back. After her campus, she wanted to do tailoring, yeah, and then she didn't get the support that she needed. So when she saw I have the same interest, she supports me 100%. So what I learned from that is that my greatest fear is being 50 years, 60 years, and I couldn't do what I wanted to do, reaching my potential. I'm old and now I can't do what I want to do. I think that's the greatest fear. I can't imagine 60 years and I haven't done this. Like, what else can I be doing? Yeah. In 5 to 10 years, I want so many things. I want a family. I want kids. I want my family, not like my immediate family, my current family, if I may say, to be somewhere where they don't have to struggle. They can get everything they want, anything they want. I want an island. I want a tower. I want Nyafrika to have its own tower, I want to have my own flow of creatives who express themselves in every manner of way that they could. Yes, I think that's what matters to me. How is it on set? Nervous. This is my first time to do this, I'm used to pictures, posing. I was once a model, so this is super nervous, but I managed. You can find us in Instagram, IG, Etsy, Amazon as Nyafrika Couture. Yes, also feel free to share, like, comment this YouTube channel. Yes, thank you so much for your time.